It might shock you to hear this, but your finger didn't land on this video by chance. That feeling in your gut, the one that made you stop when you saw the title, it wasn't curiosity, it was recognition. It was your soul responding to a call made at the precise moment you passed the final test. For a long time, you've walked through a silent, invisible fire. You've endured trials you could never speak of, carried burdens for people who never thanked you, and faced your darkest demons in the dead of night, with no one to hold your hand. You did all this believing you were fundamentally alone, perhaps even flawed or punished. But you were wrong. It was never a punishment. It was purification. It was initiation. Oh, chosen one, you've passed. The isolation, the heartbreaks, the betrayals, all were meticulously designed to shape you into the person you are at this very moment. Strong enough, pure enough, and ready enough to receive this life's greatest reward. The universe is now rearranging itself to bring your life partner to your doorstep. This isn't a guess, it's celestial certainty. A promise written into your soul's contract before birth. It's the divine timeline correcting itself in your favor. A cosmic debt of joy repaid in full. This isn't a guess. It's certainty. It's the divine timeline correcting itself in your favor. Before we go further, I need you to signal your consent. This is a powerful energetic gateway, and your participation is crucial. Like this video to anchor this energy. Subscribe to this channel to stay attuned to this frequency. And comment 77 below to declare to the universe that you're open and ready for this monumental transformation. Replay this video in the background after finishing it. Let the words envelop you. This transmission had to find you today, at this exact moment, to pull you from the lingering shadows of your past, so you can finally rise. By replaying it, you confirm you're ready to accept this divine intervention. 1. The end of your crucible of isolation. You must understand the nature of the test you've just endured. It was a test of endurance, faith, and above all, self-reliance. Think back to all those moments you felt like a ghost in your own life, watching others pair off. Celebrate milestones, build families while you stood apart. Remember the sting of being misunderstood, of giving your heart and soul to people who couldn't see your worth. You offered love to those who returned indifference, loyalty to those who repaid betrayal, and wisdom to those who only sought to exploit it for superficial gain. Every disappointment was a chisel. Every tear was a purifying agent. You were deliberately, divinely isolated, not because you were unworthy of love, but because the love destined for you is of such high caliber that any premature connection would have contaminated your spirit. The universe was protecting you. It had to keep you set apart, consecrated, and pure for what was coming. You, the chosen one, carry a unique light frequency. An ordinary karmic or convenience-based relationship would have dimmed that light. It would have taught you to compromise your truth, shrink yourself, conform to a conventional little box, and forget the magnitude of your own power. So, you were forced to walk alone, forced to become your own best friend, healer, parent, and savior. You had to learn to find validation within, not in the fleeting approval of others. You had to learn to enjoy your own company, find ecstasy in silence, and build an inner world so magnificent no one could ever take it from you. This solitude was your training ground, your monastery, your sacred proving ground. In those silent moments, those long, dark nights of the soul, you shed countless layers of social conditioning, ancestral trauma, and past life baggage. You learned to distinguish your intuition's voice from the noise of your ego and others' fears. You learned discernment. You learned what felt energetically aligned and what drained you. You mastered the art of being the energetic guardian of your own soul. All those people who drifted away, who ignored you, who suddenly turned on you, they weren't losses. They were divine removals. They were energetically incompatible with your next chapter, and the universe, in its infinite wisdom, swept them from your path. It may have hurt in the moment, but it was an act of profound mercy. You were being prepared for a partner who vibrates at your frequency, a partner who has also endured their own crucible. They, too, had to be isolated, purified, and strengthened before they could be worthy of meeting you. So when you look back on the loneliness, don't see it as a story of lack. See it for what it was, a sacred, protected space where you were, forged into a vessel capable of holding a love that will change the world. The final exam was likely a recent event, one last painful betrayal, a moment when you had to choose yourself one final time in the face of toxicity, a moment when you finally released your grip on a hope that kept you chained to the past. The instant you did, the instant you surrendered and said, "I am enough, even if I'm alone forever," you passed. A bell rang in the heavens, and your file was marked complete. The quarantine is lifted. The crucible is over. 2. The subtle shift in your reality now that the test is over. Your entire reality is beginning to shift subtly, but profoundly. You might dismiss these changes as moods or coincidences, but they're the first physical ripples of a massive energetic wave heading your way. Pay attention. First, notice the shift in light. The colors around you may seem more saturated, more vivid. The sky might appear a deeper blue. The trees, a richer green. This isn't your imagination. Your perceptual field is literally expanding as your vibration rises. You're beginning to see the world, not just with your physical eyes, but with your soul's vision. Things that once seemed mundane now hold a certain magic. You see the life force in everything because your own life force has been fully activated. Next, listen to the sounds. Music will affect you more deeply. You might find yourself moved by a song you've heard 100 times before, suddenly understanding its true meaning. Conversely, you'll realize you have zero tolerance for noise, mindless chatter, gossip, or complaints. Your auditory senses are refining. You're being tuned to hear the universe's harmony. Anything dissonant will feel jarring, even physically uncomfortable. You'll crave silence not as solitary withdrawal, but as peaceful communion. It's in this silence that you'll begin to hear the whispers of your partner's soul calling to yours. Then, there's your social circle. You've noticed a sudden, radical intolerance for anything inauthentic. People you once tolerated, relationships you maintained out of obligation or habit, now feel unbearable. Superficial conversations feel like sandpaper on your soul. The drama you might have patiently listened to before now seems trivial and exhausting. This isn't arrogance or judgment, it's your energy field repelling what no longer matches. You're now a finely tuned instrument and can no longer resonate with chaotic, low frequencies. This clearing creates a vacuum, a sacred space that can only be filled by someone of equally high, authentic vibration. Your body itself is changing. You might experience strange sleep patterns, waking at 3 or 4 a.m. for no reason, feeling wide awake and eerily lucid. This is when the veil between worlds is thinnest, and you're receiving crucial energy downloads, adjustments, and soul-level instructions in your sleep. You might crave different, healthier foods, more water. Your body is instinctively guiding you toward physical detox to prepare for this union. You might feel phantom touches or warmth on one side of your body as you drift off for sudden waves of being loved and protected. This is your partner's energy beginning to bleed into your reality. You're sensing their presence before they physically arrive. Most importantly, feel the shift in your heart. The desperate ache of loneliness has been replaced by calm, confident anticipation. The fear of being alone forever has vanished, replaced by an unshakable inner knowing that your partner is coming. It's a quiet certainty, peaceful, needing no external proof. This is the ultimate sign. You've moved from hope to knowing. You're no longer searching for them. You're simply preparing for their arrival. This is the calm before the most beautiful storm of your life. Don't doubt these signs. Acknowledge them. Thank them. They're mile markers on the road, leading you straight home. 3. Why you were chosen. For this union you must understand why this is happening to you specifically. Why you? Why were you chosen to walk such a difficult, solitary path only to be rewarded with a sacred union so profound? The answer is simple. You are a chosen one. This isn't an ego title. It's a description of your soul's contract. The chosen aren't here for an easy life. You weren't incarnated on this planet for comfort, for mundane experiences, or to simply accumulate material wealth and retire. You came here with a mission. You are a system breaker, a paradigm shifter, a light bearer, and a healer. Your mere presence on Earth, your very frequency disrupts outdated, corrupt, low vibration structures just by existing among them. From childhood, you felt different, an old soul, observing a world you didn't quite belong to. You saw the hypocrisy, injustice, and superficiality around you, and it never resonated with your soul. You were always the one speaking uncomfortable truths, standing up for the oppressed, feeling things more deeply than anyone around you seemed to. This sensitivity isn't weakness. It's your superpower, your spiritual antenna, allowing you to perceive energetic realities others miss. Because of this mission, your partnerships could never be ordinary. A conventional relationship, for a chosen one, isn't just a distraction, it can be a cage. The wrong partner, someone still entrenched in the matrix of fear, ego, and materialism, would have anchored you down. They would have consciously or unconsciously tried to dim your light because it illuminated their own shadows. They would have called your intuition crazy, your sensitivity too much, and your mission unrealistic. They would have pulled you back into the very consciousness you came here to dismantle. The universe couldn't allow that. Your mission is too important. That's why you were placed in protected isolation. Your solitude was a divine strategic maneuver. While you learned to stand on your own, you were also preserving your energy, cultivating your gifts, and solidifying your connection with the divine without interference. Now, you've reached a level of spiritual maturity and personal power where you can no longer be swayed. Your light is so bright and steady, it can't be dimmed by another. You know who you are, and it's precisely at this point that you're ready for your divine counterpart. Your life partner isn't just a romantic companion. They're your mission partner. This person is another chosen one who has walked a parallel journey. They, too, have endured their own crucible of isolation, their own trials by fire. They, too, have been forged in the flames of solitude and emerged whole, powerful, and sovereign. When two chosen ones unite, the goal isn't just to make each other happy, though profound joy will be a byproduct. The primary purpose of your union is to amplify your light and accelerate your shared mission. In this equation, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. 1 + 1 equals 100. Your combined energy creates a vortex of light that will have a powerful healing effect on the planet. Your home will be a beacon. Your love will be an example of what's possible. Your shared purpose will be to anchor a higher template of love, partnership, and service on Earth. That's why the standards were so unbelievably high. That's why you had to wait so long. You weren't waiting for a boyfriend or girlfriend. You weren't waiting for a husband or wife in the traditional sense. You were waiting for the other half of your mission, the person who holds the complementary codes to yours, who activates parts of your soul you didn't even know were dormant. This is a reunion of cosmic significance, a sacred, holy contract written in the stars long before you came to this planet. So, release any lingering feeling of being behind in life. You were never late. You were on a completely different track, specialized, advanced path, reserved for souls with the most important missions. You were in training. And now, your training is complete. Are you ready to meet your equal? For the energy of your coming partner, let's talk about this person who's swiftly moving toward you. It's crucial that you release all preconceived ideas about their appearance, career, or life story. You won't recognize them with your mind. You'll recognize them with your soul. The connection will be energetic first, so start attuning to their energy, which is already beginning to merge with yours. This isn't fantasy, it's a tangible, energetic reality. First, understand, this person will feel like home, but a home you've never known on this earth. It's a feeling of belonging that transcends family, culture, or geography. When you are near their energy and, finally near them, a part of you that has been tense your entire life will finally relax completely. The hypervigilance you carried, the constant need to be on guard, will dissolve. You will feel a deep, soul-level safety. It will be like taking the deepest, most regenerative breath after holding it for decades. This person's energy is both incredibly soothing and powerfully activating. They are your sanctuary and your spark. In their presence, your deepest wounds will feel seen and loved, not judged. There will be a sense of being known, truly known, without having to explain yourself. Yet, at the same time, their presence will challenge you to become the grandest version of yourself. They won't let you play small. They will see your potential so clearly that it will inspire you to fully embody it. They are the calm port and the driving wind at once. This person has also worked tirelessly and courageously. They've faced their shadows in the darkest nights. They've taken radical responsibility for their own healing, transforming their wounds into wisdom. They won't come to you as a project or a patient to save. They won't seek for you to fix or rescue them because they've already saved themselves, just as you've saved yourself. This is a union of two sovereigns, two whole individuals coming together to create something even greater. They will carry a quiet strength, a deep well of wisdom born from lived experience, not books. They will likely be highly intuitive and empathic, just like you. They will understand the language of energy, of silence, of glances that say more than words. Ever could you have prayed for this person, and they have prayed for you. You've been calling to each other across time and space for entire lifetimes. You may have already met them in your dreams. You may have felt their presence during meditation or in moments of silent reflection. Those sudden waves of love and comfort that wash over you for no reason. That's them connecting with you on the energetic planes. Their energy will feel incredibly familiar, like a forgotten song you suddenly remember. When you meet, conversation will flow effortlessly. Hours will feel like minutes. There will be no games, no pretenses, no manipulation. The connection will be pure, direct, and shockingly honest. It might even feel intimidating at first because of its intensity and clarity. You're so used to complicated, conditional connections that this level of purity will be a system shock in the best way. Start speaking to them now in your heart. Before sleep, tell them you're ready. Tell them you're preparing a space for them in your life and heart. Send them love, strength, and courage for the final steps of their own journey toward you. You are magnets, and the pull between you is now irresistible. The universe is conspiring to collapse time and space between you. Don't focus on the who or the where. Focus on the feeling. Cultivate that energy of home, of safety, of activation, of deep soul recognition. That feeling is the beacon guiding them straight to you. 5. Preparing the space for their arrival. The universe is doing its part, but there's work for you too. You're not meant to wait passively. You're an active co-creator in this process. Your main task now is to prepare the space, energetically, emotionally, and physically for their arrival. Think of it like preparing your home for the most honored guest you can imagine. You must clear out the old to make room for the new. First, and this is non-negotiable. You must perform a final, thorough, energetic cleansing of all past relationships. This means cutting the last cords. You may think you've moved on, but lingering energetic attachments often remain. Sit in meditation. Visualize each person from your past with whom you shared a significant connection. Thank them for the lessons they taught you, even the most painful ones. Forgive them completely, not for them, but for you. Then, visualize a cord of light connecting you, and with a sword of light, sever it. Watch them drift away in peace, and feel your energy and power return to you. You cannot bring old, stagnant energy into this new sacred union. This also includes lingering fantasies and hopes for people who were never meant for you. You must grieve those illusions and let them go completely. Close those doors firmly. Next, turn this cleansing energy inward. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the mistakes you made when you didn't know better. Forgive yourself for staying too long in situations, for not honoring your intuition, for giving away your power. You did your best with the awareness you had at the time. Release the shame. Release the regret. You cannot meet your divine partner from a place of self-loathing. This new love will mirror your own, and you must meet it with a heart full of compassion and self-acceptance. They will love you for all that you are, including your perceived flaws, but you must love yourself first. The space you create isn't just energetic, it's physical. Look around you. Is your home a sanctuary that reflects who you've become, or is it cluttered with remnants of an old self? Clear out clothes that carry sad memories. Let go of gifts from people who broke your heart. Declutter, cleanse your space. Let energy flow freely. Make physical room, empty hangers in your closet, waiting, a cleared drawer in your nightstand. Sleep consciously on one side of the bed, leaving the other open and inviting. These aren't silly games. They're powerful, symbolic acts of faith, signaling to the universe that you're making tangible space for another. You're demonstrating your faith through action. Most importantly, cultivate a state of joyful expectation, not desperate longing. There's a massive energetic difference. Desperation repels. It signals a state of lack. Joyful expectation attracts. It signals a state of wholeness and readiness. Spend time doing what you absolutely love, what makes you feel alive and connected to your soul. Take yourself on dates. Buy yourself flowers. Pour into yourself the love you wish to receive. Become the person you want to attract. When you're so full of your own light and joy, you become an irresistible magnet for a partner who is equally full of their own light and joy. This is the final stage of your preparation. 6. The synchronicities of the final approach. As the meeting draws near, the universe will begin communicating with you more directly and intensely. The veil between your perception and the guiding hand of the divine will become as thin as paper. You'll be bombarded with synchronicities, signs, and messages so specific and personal, they'll be impossible to ignore. These aren't random occurrences. They're breadcrumbs on your path, confirming you're on the right track, and that the final approach is underway. The number 77, which you commented below to signal your consent, will start appearing in the most unexpected and delightful places on license plates just as you ask for a sign. On receipts, totaling $17.70. On the clock when you feel a wave of love, as the number of likes on a social media post that touches your heart. Each time you see it, take it as a direct wink from the universe, a confirmation that the sacred union you signaled readiness for is manifesting. It's your personal confirmation code. Beyond 77. You'll notice other number sequences. 111 will appear frequently, signaling alignment with your highest path and that a new beginning is imminent. 222 will remind you to have faith and trust in divine timing, a sign of harmonious partnership. 555 will signify massive positive change on the horizon. Don't ignore them, acknowledge them. Say thank you out loud. You're in dialogue with the universe, and these numbers are its vocabulary. Your auditory senses will become a primary channel for messages. You'll overhear strangers, conversations that seem to speak directly to your situation. You'll walk into a store, and a song will play with lyrics containing the exact answer to a question you just asked in your mind. A specific song might start following you everywhere, one that feels tied to this coming love. It will be your theme song, a melody linking you energetically before you even meet. Pay attention to your dreams. They'll become more vivid, prophetic, and meaningful. You might dream of a specific place, a face you don't recognize, but feel you know. The sensation of being in a loving, secure partnership. Your subconscious and higher self are communicating, preparing you for the conscious, physical meeting. Keep a dream journal by your bed. Messages received in the dream state are unfiltered and immensely powerful. The natural world will also speak to you. You might see specific animals repeatedly, a pair of birds, like hawks or doves, flying together, a butterfly landing on you, an animal you have a personal connection with, appearing in an unusual context. These are totem spirit messengers, reminding you of the beauty and naturalness of this divine pairing. The most powerful synchronicities will feel deeply personal, almost miraculous. You'll think of a very specific, obscure topic, and the person next to you in line will start discussing it. You'll feel a sudden urge to take a street you never take, only to see something that brings profound peace or confirmation. Follow these nudges. Your intuition is your divine GPS, and it's now fully activated to guide you to the meeting place. These signs are designed to strengthen your faith, to keep you in a state of wonder and trust. While the final pieces fall into place, they transform your journey into a magical treasure hunt, with the greatest prize of all waiting for you at the end. You're not going crazy. You're waking up. You're seeing the intricate, intelligent, loving web that connects everything, and every thread is now leading you to them. 7. The recognition. The final chapter isn't an ending. It's a beginning. It's the moment of meeting itself. I need you to release all fantasies you've had about this instant. It won't be like the movies. There will be no slow motion, no angelic choir singing, no dramatic, earth-shifting events. It will be quieter, deeper, and infinitely more real than that. It will be a moment of profound, absolute recognition. You won't meet them when you're desperately looking. You won't meet them in a singles bar or on a dating app where you're swiping out of boredom and despair. You'll meet them when you're in your element, completely absorbed in your joy, your purpose, or even a simple mundane task. You might be in a bookstore, reaching for the same book. You might be in a park, lost in thought. You might be volunteering for a cause close to your heart. You'll be in a state of Cole's alignment with your soul, and that's what will make you visible to them. The moment your eyes meet, something in you will click. It won't feel like frantic, anxious chemistry. It will feel like peace. It will be a quiet, oh, there you are. It will feel less like meeting someone new and more like remembering a long-lost part of yourself. This is a reunion at the deepest cellular level. A part of your soul you didn't even realize was searching will finally rest. A quiet hum of incompleteness you'd grown used to will finally stop. Look into their eyes. Eyes are the windows of the soul, and in theirs, you'll see yourself. You'll see a reflection of your own journey, your own pain, your own strength, your own light. You'll see a kindness and depth you've longed for. There will be an instant understanding between you, an entire conversation that happens in a moment of silence. You'll both know there will be no need for games or masks. The attraction will be there, of course, but it will be secondary to the overwhelming sense of familiarity and safety. For the first time, you'll feel fully seen for who you are in your entirety, not just the polished version you show the world. The conversation, when it begins, will be the easiest you've ever had. No awkward silences, no searching for words. It will flow. You'll talk about things that matter, your real thoughts, your real feelings. You'll discover your paths have crossed in parallel for years, that you've lived in the same cities at different times, that you know some of the same people, that you share the same strange niche interests. You'll see the hand of the universe, intricate tapestry it wove to bring you both to this exact point in time and space. This person won't try to impress you, and you won't feel the need to impress them. You'll simply be, and in that state of being, you'll feel more like yourself than you ever have with another human. That's the sign. That's how you'll know. It's not about lightning strike passion. It's about deep, peaceful resonance. It's the feeling of coming home. This isn't the end of your story. This recognition is the ignition point, the beginning of your shared mission. The journey you walked alone was to prepare you for the journey you'll now walk together. The work you did on yourself was to build a solid foundation for the temple you'll now construct together. Everything that came before, every tear, every moment of despair will suddenly take on magnificent meaning. It all led here, to them, to the beginning of your real life.